Alright. Looks like they have one player disconnected, at least for this knife round specifically, so it might get given over-handedly to Glitchtech, but considering the late connection and delay due to, I believe it was a Conax player, I'm not going to complain about that necessarily too much. The Glitchtech to choose their initial side first. Find out where they decide to lean for the warm-up to end. I think this is the map. We've usually seen them on T side, but generally always safer to go CT, which I like to see being the case. So we can go and get started. One. Best one between these two for group stage of Phoenix League. And most importantly, at least for Glitchtech, it's 1-1. Currently for this group stage. Surprise upset yesterday. No, but got that early initial contact. Trying to go for restrooms control, so this long flank from behind is able to come on in. Alex being careful with the engagements, able to take down two before Suki takes him out. Leaving even 3-on-3, and still belongs bathroom lurk, but Vision gets punished, not shooting soon enough. And Discontent able to react and take him down with the flick. Still have Kinkyu playing towards Graffiti, just in case to hold that B bomb site, so he'll be up to Rainier alone. His gun sticking out, so Penalty's able to pre-fire it. As he swings too wide. Bomb plant, Kinkyu left in a very impossible 1v3. Try to find a magical upset here. Likely pistol going in the way of Conax. Be up to Glitchtech to decide how they want to use their economy in the second round. Delay. Space is given, but space and shoulders are given. The duels certainly will not be. And Penalty will be the one to take down Kinkyu, ending with a 3K for the round. Absolutely fantastic start. With it, they're going straight into the forest. Vision saving to make sure an op can get purchased up later on. Leaves some better utility. MP9 on Aux. Deagles for everyone else. Looks like a very default setup. Quick water control obtained by Conax. Slow and a B gamble stack for Glitchtech currently. Considering most of this A aggression is going towards long, could cause some problems if they're using it just to fake control. So they gain the fountains. Sure to hold monster, but ending up giving up B long and everything entirely. Looks like they're starting to lean heading towards A. Don't have enough information to act off of. It's hard to say just yet. But looks like they're prepping to throw execute smokes now. Things coming in. Only person is Vision playing from a retake position behind APC. Which has been smoked and mollied off. Getting hard cleared out by Penalty. It's already a 5-on-4. Round is likely sealed as Supel getting these eco frags. Kinky is able to get one. Almost getting a second. Both players tagging each other heavily. Nade will bounce a little too short. Discontent is able to hold on to that SMG for the moment. Alex trying to walk away with that MP9. So there can't be any weapons purchased up. Might as well save what they have laying around. As the full investment from Conax leaves only one loss on their side. Should be a healthy economy conserved and start to get built up. After the successful second round win, will become even more severe after this third. Something insane can be pulled out. Should be a safe third and about 7K per player on Conax eSports. Some deagles are all that's needed to cause this chaos, but doesn't mean necessarily it will happen. With it, they're going into very similar setup. They're a bit slow going for water control. Penalty will provide the flash. Suslik clears it out. And once again, just another 4-man gamble. Vision trying to find some earlier info on A this time around, to try to bait him in this direction or get the information. Even if he dies, the presence might be enough to scare them to go towards the other site. Not finding the frag just yet. Looks like Penalty's hunting for that next player. Not sure if any information's been seen, but they're just walking up into A. There's still the one player in the restrooms. Discontent didn't seem prepared for it. Barely able to land any response damage either. And Vision now with the second, things start to become problemsome till Zoopal's able to take him down. But still a man advantage for Glitchtech. It's a very difficult site to retake without the utility, but Aux does have a smoke. There's no defuse kit for their side. But if they keep rushing into this quickly, could be a small chance into this. As Kinky is able to find one towards long, Rainier taken out as well. The bomb diffuser's been killed, though, from the random spray from Xiuxi. And with that, Conax will safely convert the third, but there's been some stolen weapons and nothing conserved. All of Conax will have to rebuy up, and that's going to leave them with a lot less reserve cash than they would have desired. All started by Vision's double kills running around the restrooms. This could lead to more damage as things continue. Wait and see. They're still able to purchase up AKs. Have to double check on the T side if there's anything laying around. But there's another AK. They'll be fine. Discontent does not have to go with the weaker weapon. But with all the damage and everything provided, there's not going to be any ops on their side, which means Vision, with the op that's been saved up for himself, is going to be the only one with an op on the server, giving the strong CT advantage to start evening the scoreline early into the half. So we wait for this match to unpause. Likely more technical issues on one of the Conax players, if I had to take a guess. Wait here. It's been a good, solid, quick start. Conax willingly running into the A site every single round so far. Seeming to be uninterested in any presence shown. It'll be interesting how they treat the full buy in this situation, however. Little accidental stab. Face it, servers. Rainier brought down to 70. Accidental shank. But they're stacked up 4 players once again on this B site. In fact, 5 this time. Everyone leaning towards B. No info towards A, but they've obtained water control. Blasted to the connector door, and with that, to rotating back to A, a little bit closer to a default setup, and a good adjustment that's needed. This long's been just taken by Conax. And even with the lack of information in the previous rounds, a third going into A. What Conax has done so many times, just go into this A site repeatedly. With this, they're going straight into an execute at the minute mark. Just trying to run their way in there. Counter utility already chucked out. But Penalty's able to see one and take out Prince from the side. Massive gap left open inside the restrooms. Leaving it a 4-on-5 from a single shot. Pop flash over might only blind the CTs, but looks like Alex and Rainier have been able to find one each. And that's all the short pressure gone. It's only these long 3 pushing up. And it's the op of Vision to take them out from the side. As Zoopal deals with Alex before the entire long push is wiped out. Glitchtech with their first round appropriately adjusting to Conax repeated quick A aggression. Let's see how Conax adjusts. With that and no bomb plant, they're already left with just Galil's Deagle and a MAC-10. Mollied out of going restrooms either. Could make them concerned about long presence. Q trying to connect some spam. Able to tag Penalty a touch. They might do a little bit more chip damage onto Solxis. But Rainier is able to tag down and finish off Supel, playing alone in the connector with a single Galil. That isolated Prince can stay here towards the top connector stairs. So they're trying to get this restroom control. Vision's willing to back away, but doesn't need to be too stressed out as Prince is holding the key connector rotation. And in fact now giving it up to go up T-spawn. Worst of all, no one's holding behind. Suslix is holding, like, looking behind them, but is pushing forward. And Prince has already been able to find one on the flank, but Penalty and Suki have taken one each. Penalty finding that flank. Quickly, Rainier will get a respawn. Teammate pop flashing him. Clear monster, knows it's empty, but walks right into Penalty's crosshairs. He finds a second. Now it's clear it's B they've rotated towards. Kinky's able to get here in time, but not able to get any frags. And Vision's left with just his op alone in a 1v3. Looks like it may be a very quick upset. Vision trying to find that first contact. Everyone hiding safely so they can trade off of each other. No way for Vision to get back into this round. Very deep positions. Single op shot to bait. Here's the running. Waiting to walk up to him, and a quick scope to take Penalty out of the round. Other two holding passive. Try to leave, keep their weapons. Players should have enough HP to survive, though their position is certainly a little bit awkward. But everyone will save. Vision included. Decent enough reserve cash. Should be a pretty competitive buy coming out from Glitchtech. Should see a couple of rifles, maybe a single SMG on Aux. Looks like they're taking a second to figure out exactly what they want to do. But looks like they want to just instead try to go into a half buy. Just have a true proper buy on the next. Just try to play around with the op as they have it, as they'll be able to get another one in the next round anyways. Smart way to decide it. Flashbang try to clear the boost position, but I think his head was seen as Penalty clears him out. Rainier's creeping up close though through short. Has a gap to find one. Could find a second. Only has one shot left. Not able to connect it. But still, it's left to a 3-on-3. Vision still lurking in the restrooms. Meaning that A is still locked down. Prince can safely rotate to this B bomb site. Most of this pressure has been shown. And with that door closing, I should have heard that. Realized that they're still dedicated going towards this B site. Meaning Vision can even rotate too. So that now this op's in effect as well. But I think they missed the door opening back up. And the fact that they can rotate back to A now. Things being quiet certainly might raise a bit of concern. Vision will be the one to figure that out. Blocking into the dice boxes. Default trying to get some information, but this utility should be enough confirmation without seeing any players. Flashbang to stop them from pushing forward. Supel's already been able to push up to a close position. They line up for a tag. And Vision's able to take down one afterwards. So it's Aux left in a 1v1. In a close situation, but the back pin's already been tagged, but still able to win the dual run and gunning and getting a headshot onto Aux. Bit of chaos and even stealing the AWP away. But even with that being the case, just means they have an op of their own. Vision still able to purchase this one up, do the smart economical decisions. Keeping the pressure close, keeping the economy of these T's low, too. Despite having to be more conservative with their CT economy. As we go back to very standard default. Only issue is Kinkyu's going aggressive. Flashbang is not avoided by Zuki. As Kinku off of Rainier's pop flash is able to take him down. We'll just use the smoke. Keep pressure long held. Keep Conax leaning towards B. Suslix picks up the bomb. Penalty trying to creep up, finding that contact. And Aux caught looking the wrong way as Penalty finds clear opening onto the site and gets a double with it. As Kinkyu peeks right into him with AWP. And now what was an early round pick deep into the map is suddenly a 3-on-4 disadvantage for a retake. Spill into chaos. It might be left with just a save here. Molly will be able to force 2 of the players back, making it 3 in water now. 1 player left in the site, but they're not going for any true retake here. Just some utility to try to harass them. Everyone must leave. Be 7 players left alive to save collectively. Realize a small little detail. Help things be a little bit more clear. Turning off player crosshairs for you guys, so you can have a far more enjoyable experience. So going back into everything, Alex is trying to jump peek for info and willing to go for some spam. Catching the toe of one of the con players, able to get radar info off that. And Zupil is ready for Prince, going for the aggressive peek from Connector off that flashbang, but still doesn't win the duel. Galil failing to find the frag with the headshot. Serenia will focus on holding water control. Kinkyu on the B site just in case, but otherwise everyone leaning towards A. Miraculously a missed shot from penalty, meaning he'll be able to keep his life and keep 3 on this A site. Just waiting for that first contact. Vision now smoking off long, no one coming from that way. But that molly will certainly stop penalty from an early wide peek that he may be looking for. Even flashbangs to stop the push. Throwing all this utility focused on the right position. Vision waiting to throw another pop flash set up for Aux. Able to find 1, Discontent killing a friendly. This Vision will respond, taking down Huxley. Suslix is left in a 1v5 situation. 16 seconds left. Needs to go down. Almost gets the transfer onto Rainier as well, but will only be able to take down 1 of Kinkyu before being taken out of the round. That will be a very close situation. With it, still have full economy. The exception is no op. And that nade, following with all the molly damage, Discontent and Xiaxi both brought down to half. Suslix only getting hit by a touch of fire damage while throwing that smoke to get water control. So most of the map control has been gained early by Conax, but with massive HP costs to go along with it. He trying to flash out, and another HE's thrown. Tags Suslix a little bit further. They're interested in setting up a boost once again. Try to get information on water. Out trying to throw flash monster to deceive as they go for this information boost. And with that molly to clear it out, ensure that all of water can be seen, Alex is able to catch Suslix. And Prince is already positioned for restroom players here. Trying to respond to the spray on the second. Interestingly enough, penalty not trying to go for the trade. Instead, due to the reset and playing passive, now it's a 3-on-5. Bomb left in T-spawn. Little for them to currently do. Stuck in a very empty position. Going to try to rotate it towards B, but Alex is already here. Vision could get caught off by penalty, but the flashbangs are enough for him to reposition and get out of it as Alex is holding and waiting, taking down Xiaxi. And even getting the double to end it all. Fantastic round finish to deny the 2 trying to rotate towards B off of the single A fake player. Also getting denied on Conax. Glitchtech starting to recover back into this, currently 3-6. But able to reset that economy now for Conax. Leave them in the eco for a round. With that nade following it up, could connect onto all of them, doing massive damage. 30 HP on 3 of the players. That ends up being, let's see here, about a 90. 110, 140? No, we shouldn't do math, but 140, 150 damage with a single HE. Some massive value. Now Prince can hear them all running. The molly, but he has the op, but has the P250 sidearm. He needs to use it here. Almost finds 4, but will get denied on the 4th. But Alex is already here on the side from short to deny any bomb plant going down. And Flashbang will take discontent, sorry, out of the round. Left completely blind, failing to steal the AWP away. Some decent damage, able to take down 2 in that eco. It's up to this full buy to keep up the pressure. Suslick stuck with the Galil, but mostly full utility for this T side to keep up the same sort of contest. As through heavy utility and smoke. But looks like they haven't noticed the connector door being blown off, despite Zoopal being in connector. So Prince is able to take down 1 before Zoopal's able to get the trade. Left with a 4-on-4. Water control somewhat kept by Glitchtech. And with that, focusing more on Monster, keeping an even 2-2 split on the bomb sites. Penalty waiting for the push, able to catch Aux. But Kinku also aware of the position, able to get the trade and effectively clear this B bomb site. So leaves a little bit of pressure as Discontent has to run back and pick up this bomb that's been laying around in T spawn. Looks like they'll be trying to rotate back towards B once again. This time it could work out for them getting the bomb site, as it's just Kinku here alone. But already Vision is rotating with the aggressive position Rainy has been able to obtain in restrooms, hiding behind the divider. With that lack of information, 40 seconds left on the clock. Smoke will delay it even further. Kinky even has a molly to follow it up. Last 3 players left scrabbling around. Heaven Smoke will give the idea of exactly what's going on here. Single flashbang thrown. Kinky's been able to reposition. Vision's gone aggressive, drop down to the pit with him. Molly's keep him isolated. Kinky's able to get 1 and the double. Already finding 3, hearing the bomb getting stuck. Won't be able to connect and stop the defuse. Or bomb from being planted, rather. But even just going straight for the duel with the USP. Now reloading with the AK. Allowing Rainia to finish the job. Kinky with a massive 3K on the hold. Able to re-pick up that op for Vision. Glitchtech almost evening the score. Now only down 5-6. Go later stages of the half. This momentum and the CT economy getting built up could allow them to win this half outright. As Conax are left for Deagles for another round. Money is starting to get built up. The double mollies once again. No utility to counteract what's been done, so they're trying to rotate through connector. Door's been blasted off, as well as the legs off of Zoopal. Meaning it's already a 5-on-4, and Vision scoped in on connector, waiting for them to walk towards him. But deciding to carefully give up the angle now. 3 players in water to keep this position under control. Making sure everything's held. All these Deagles are stacked in this connector, but they can't move anywhere. They can't escape. They are stuck in the hall as Alex is hunting them down. Even Prince running through the fire. Knows the last one's here. Carefully strafing with the pre-fire to safely clear out the position. And a lovely Deagle dink onto Kinky. As that last kill's obtained. A little bit of friendly fire and banter. And the scoreline has suddenly evened up. Suddenly this contest becomes a lot more even. Being the case, Penalty's able to catch a quick shot. Times the pre-fire perfectly on Prince. A little bit late to use utility on that position. Meaning Conax able to catch a break. Man advantage early in the round. Still a minute 30 left. But monster control's been taken. The lost player risk has been obtained. Aux and Kinky getting monster control. And with that, Kinky will be left on his lonesome to hold the monster tunnel. Aux will maintain there for a while and it'll be used for Rainia to be able to rotate and support Vision. Especially important considering the bomb's isolated along with the op. And Rainia's about to run into him, giving the shadow away. But considering the smoke, they might not have information that Vision is here. Depending on the bomb plant, Vision could wallbang this, but deciding instead not to shoot. But is back seen before he looks in the direction of Zuxi. Able to get taken down, and it's a 5v2. Alex and Kinky left alone towards CT. Discontent already set up aggressively towards the bank. Finding one. Well, he won't be able to take Discontent down, but will certainly keep him zoned back. But now Zupel is already behind. There's no way out of this. He has to go forward. Penalty with his third. And Conax to ensure the lead is not given away, despite the even scoreline. But even then, building up to that even scoreline, this level of dominance has left plenty of reserve cash for Glitchtech as 2 Augs, full utility, and an Ops coming out. With the pop flash, Penalty's able to find the perfect timing, still taking him out. But Vision's able to take down one and finds the tag on Penalty too. Not able to finish him off, tags through the wood. But still in favor of Glitchtech and still holding the angle. Penalty's still somehow able to peek into him and win the duel. Supel's trying to get connector. As things become even more chaotic, both teams getting potential massive impacts to their economy. Getting damaged collectively. And yeah, the only A player left in the restrooms alone. Needs to be very careful with the duels taken. This very deep volley is thrown, will force him out. Only burns him a little, but he's able to jump across safely before anyone gets information on him. Suslux is trying to hold for another monster push this time around. But it's just Rainia solo on A. With the lack of B information, they're gamble rotating towards A. Perfect move to be made. Unless some other information's given. Suslux will be here for the lurk to get information. And it looks like Conax might be faking this entire time. Opening the door, running into the B site immediately. No utility being thrown this way. Until they just run in. And it's just a late heaven smoke that's already given it away. But it might already be too late. It's 3 on 4. Economy has been damaged, but Glitchtech going to be forced to save in this situation. Prince and Vision both low on cash. As long as Alex stay alive, they can still get an op in the next round. It's worth being willing to give Conax the winning round of the half to be up to 8-6 to have a chance to make it 8-7 before they swap sides. Bomb about to blow. I'm pretty sure Zupel does not get out of this, but actually has a second or two more than I thought. Should be fine, barely enough. B4 weapons saved on the side of Conax, and plenty enough cash to have everything they want for this final round. But due to those saved weapons, Glitchtech in the exact same situation. Still 2 rounds down. Need to show a lot more dominance on this T side. As Conax were able to steal away a couple of rounds and build a massive streak early. But Zupa will be willing to peek out, and Vision tries to reposition around the molly, leaving him exposed on the read peak and taken out. Aux trying to catch him with a connector spam, but instead it's Prince to take the duel. Finding the dink, but this time Zupel able to find the frag with the AK. Meaning it's a very challenging 3v5 again. Zupel left with just 3 HP, but easy enough to be able to trade off of him. Suxy ensuring that the connector is held, so there's no shenanigans going on, as Zupel also holds his position still. They're just taking the two-man advantage to be able to get space, try to wait for Glitchtech to make some kind of opening and a mistake to punish them further and get this last round. Mistake could be made soon enough if Alks peeks towards long directly enough. With that utility, that should force him into a passive position, wait for him to run into him. But he could cross into penalty here, which both players were aware of, but penalty still able to land the shot. With that, it's a 5-on-2. A near impossible retake to deny a 9-6 half. Nade should be able to connect and take down Zupel, but it actually bounces against the wall, and so does the Molly, meaning he's still alive, holding this strong corner position with 1 HP. Be very challenging for much to be done here. Rainia's able to find one, but in Discontent, able to find the double to close it out. 9-6 half. Penalty showing a highlighted performance to start off this first half with the AWP. Glitchtech having to do a comeback from their T side. Something that's been very deadly in the past, but match pause to decide what to do would be a wise first decision. They certainly need to talk things out, being 3 rounds down. Starting on the T side, this pistol round is going to be very important, or possibly deciding how things might end up at the end of this game. Patiently wait. Looks like timeout has been called and resumed. Left 5-on-5. And Rainia gets backstabbed from Prince once again with the left click. Second time now. And the jump peak is shown. It'll be enough to give away flashbangs. And they know the position of one of these monster players. But still, the duels are going in favor of the CTs until Vision comes along and using his Glock to break all of that. Discontent left isolated in Graffiti now. Vision trying to hunt him down, having his teammates rush with him. Bomb isn't planted, but the sound cues of penalty running should have given away his position. They think it's heaven, though. Until just now, but penalty has the space to run around, take down Vision, the low HP player, and knows where Alks is playing from, but able to get enough space to reposition around the pillar towards Monster. And going all the way back in this canal, next to the canal grating. The deep off angle. Penalty carefully clearing through water. Not sure if he's aware and prepared for this position. More concerned with Monster, but willing to clear towards his left. Able to land the headshot and does have the defuse kit. Able to get the clutch here, getting a key pistol and being up 10-6. With a somewhat economy favor. With that quick headshot, Conax up 10. M4 on their top player right now, Discontent. Famas and MP9s on everyone else. But it's a force from Glitchtech trying to contest early. Deny Conax from building a streak onto this. But they're having to play it slow. Not really going for any control at the moment. Just trying to see if Conax goes aggressive anywhere. Which will not be done. Just a passive B stack and a single long player for information. With the lack of any info given, a slow walk through the connector to get short. They're going to be running into a player soon enough. This penalty is starting to play with the idea of heading towards the restrooms. The Monster Lurk of Kinky could bait the players to stay here, but penalty's willing to go aggressive. And with this and a sudden last-second decision to start rotating towards B, it means everyone on Conax is going to be perfectly positioned to hold this off. Zupel already with the molly right before execute utility comes on in. Time running very low, 30 seconds left. And another molly thrown. but it's already too late. Have to flashbang and send themselves in. Supal able to find one. Kinky and Alex with immediate trades. Suslux and Discontent both stuck in towards water. Able to find one before getting taken out, but has to stick the bomb. Prince trying to plant, but Disconnect just sprays him through the wall. As Kinky stuff left in a 1v2, able to find one of them, but only has 2 seconds remaining. Penalties hiding, and will even take him down before time ends. Conax barely, but successfully getting the 11. Both Penalty and Discontent show their value to Conax. Glitchtech stuck with nothing but pistols for the moment. Have to see. Early 20 seconds, and all of long and short A have already been captured. Penalty to try to hold long single-handedly, and it's Vision left alone with the bomb and just a deagle, and it's been dropped. Penalty doesn't have the time to reload, and just panics switching between weapon and utility, so eventually gets taken out by a Glock, no less. But it's only a single FAMAS given away. Be a lot more to find something off of it. Alex is trying to find more. Careful position. Supal just trying to peek for some long info. Assuming control's been lost and smoking it off. Not wanting to peek to see if there's anyone lurking close. Going for this A execute, but 3 players are positioned on this site. It's going to be hard for them to do much here. I'm trying to find just the right timing. Able to find the gap and close it. Kinky and Prince with 1 each. And Sucky to spray 1 down. Almost bringing Prince out, but Discontent coming in from behind will confirm the frag to finish it off. Conax up 12-6. Perfectly reading and adjusting the moves of Glitchtech. But despite that, still stuck on 3 MP9s due to all the damage done. Meaning that these AKs will have a pretty good advantage going to these duels. Those AKs and op for a similar default, but no control anywhere for either side necessarily. Penalty scoped in long with the op, but otherwise short and water left completely open by both teams. Connector being obtained by Glitchtech. Finding any information just yet. But a similar setup of 4 players stacked on the B site currently for Conax. Alex decides to try to clear the long restrooms. Gets by Penalty barely. And it looks like they have information of the player there now. Prince was spraying some shots toward the long restrooms. Vision's being careful in case he's going aggressive to Fountain. Single spray will be enough to burn out some of the utility early from this B bomb site. Decide to run that way. Prince has to go back and grab the bomb real quick. But still, it's 4 and even 5 players stacked now on this B site. As everyone's here and Glitchtech are effectively walking to a trap. Conax having all 5 players stacked up together. Alex being the first one and able to get one immediately traded by Supal. Vision able to take him down in response. And Kinky finding Suslix in the barrels. Water not cleared yet, but Kinky will find him as well. Leaving Penalty in 1v4. And despite the 5-man stack, it falters. Execute going perfectly for Glitchtech, only losing 1 in the process. With that, they're able to get 7, and they can maybe start to build up some economy and even up the scoreline once again. They are 4 rounds away from being 1 and 2 in groups. Bombs planted. Most importantly, though, Conax doesn't have a lot of money to work with. They do still have the op on penalty. Considering his impressive 22-10 scoreline currently. If he's willing to go aggressive and can find even more openings, could get that 13th round rather early and steal it away. Bunch of utility to try to keep penalty off A. But he won't see anything and immediately rotate towards connector. In fact, not concerned about connector at all, just completely running into water, looking at monster for players. Alex able to find a double, as well as Rania with the double of his own, leaving it a 2v1. Last player alive is penalty in water, rotating long ways towards monster. Rania able to use utility to barely get away as they quickly rotate towards the A bomb site, running away, not engaging this opper directly, just the second. Trying to get better positioning. Prince already scoped in, holding for the opper, pushing his position. Crosshair placement is important. It's pushing more aggressive. Won't find anyone just yet. But is looking behind, and Penalty's looking behind, and clears him with a wallbang. Leaving it a one-on-one situation. And Penalty's just sticking the defuse. Fake scope in. Barely denied on the defuse. As Rania rushes in. Less than a second to spare. Conax barely denied 12. Going to 13. Stealing away the round. Only catches Penalty stuck with just a FAMAS in this round. But the rest of his team rifled on up. It's like Glitchtech are prepared for a B rush. But a random disconnect comes in. Technical issue, but they're going to go in with the execute anyways. Just do what they can. Call a pause in the next round. And they can see that there's multiple players towards this default box position. Stacked up. And Penalty's heard Prince running, so able to hold and just clear him out. Vision and Kinky are left in a 2v4. Isolated towards Monster. Pretty much stuck in this position. He was able to isolate the Toxic Barrels player, though. And Discontent is left with 5 HP on the site. Has Suslick together with him in the water. But B Short still has Penalty hiding around. Smoked off right this second, but they're trying to wait for an opening to be given away. Conax trying to look for a player here. Just trying to find that gap. Vision's able to find it first, able to react just in time. And considering the cleared positions, they might go for a safe plant on the right side of the pillar. Be very important. Vision looks towards heaven. Will be able to respond as he repeats short for info. Might be surprised by Discontent's position. If he gets the right timing, might be able to get the double. Kiku barely rotating in time with the flick to get the trade. Barely surviving, recovering the round. Getting the 9th. These rounds so close, but they're holding on. We slow down to, after this rush, into a very more relaxed setup. Kinku solo on B, trying to get information. See one player with, might have been able to recognize that was a pistol peeking towards him. It's only Penalty solo on A, trying to hide behind this restroom smoke. Glitchtech carefully waiting for it to fade away. But the shadow with the slow peek will give it away, so Penalty's able to take him down. 5 on 4. Everyone from Conax starting to gamble, rotate towards A. Penalty trying to hold an off angle towards the restrooms. Almost catching Vision. Only finding just a tag for the second. Molly will force Penalty into the open of long restrooms. but we'll be given enough time for the molly to fade away. Vision being very careful, approaching this angle. Should be known that there's 3 players rotating short, but instead, Penalty is just pushing behind them. They need to get this site quickly as they're about to be flanked from behind as these pistols leave chaos, but Kinky is clearing all directions, able to find 3 before getting taken out. It's left for Vision in a 1v2. Discontent left alone on the site. Here's one shoot towards the bank, but caught looking the wrong way. Only 5 HP. Discriminate not peeking, but Glitchtech barely gets the last frag before time ends to win the round. Barely winning, but 10-12. Looks like it's early connector control. Without the door being blown, they have no info that there's 3 players here. Though it seems they're aware and respecting that. But Penalty's been able to creep up long, catching Vision by absolute surprise. But meanwhile, this short stack's failing until Disconnect's able to find 2, leaving it a 2-on-3 situation. Might be up to Kinky once again, able to get that early contact frag on the toxic barrels. But Penalty's able to take down the bomb carrier, and Suslik's lurking on the site to finish off Kinkyu. Conax finally find that 13th, hardly fought for. And just that 1 round's enough with all the damage they've done to break Glitchtech into an awkward economy situation. Going for half buy, willing to give Conax 14. Merely a single Mac-10 on Vision, pushing through the fire as they fully run through. Penalty does have this long control to help support the push in, but Penalty's already diving into CT, not able to find any frags, but has found some space. Kinky's only able to find 1, and all 4 players are stacked up, retaking the site, rushing on in, funneling down, pushing down players until there's just Alks left. Blown towards the restrooms in an open position. Every single player able to peek him down. Alks is trying to reset, isolate these duels. Peek outer restrooms. Waiting to peek, but getting smoked off from that position. Just having to wait and push up once again. Super with a very tight little angle to get some early damage off. Alks already brought down to 53. Very impossible 1v4. Another shot's connecting, and Super will be the one to finish him off as well. Taking Alks down. Conax with their 14th, 2 rounds away from winning the match. Looks like tactical pause. Money still isn't exactly fantastic. And they have to figure out everything they can do here. Want to deny match point from being handed to Conax. Probably one of the most important rounds. 30 bomb now officially dropped from Penalty as well. Freeze time's canceled. Tactical pause has ended. Looks like they're going to just save once again. Play against 15. Potentially, if they aren't able to steal this round away with the pistols. Just getting to this point, even into double digits, was hell of a fight to get there. And they're already getting burnt down as they try to go for the speed rush. Yuxi trying to spam so much damage onto these pistols, but no frags until now, as everyone starts to fall. Vision's able to isolate and find some damage onto Penalty. But this bomb's left open and short. Penalty knows about Prince's position and able to hold down the spray perfectly to hold him down. And Fission's the only one left alive. Not a single frag converted onto Conax. And it's the most disastrous situation that could have been handed over. Just trying to find at least a weapon to steal away. But all 5 players just stacked up staring at this bomb. Little for him to do. Looks like he's willing to just try to go in. Able to find one and a second. No way to get the round. Only 11 seconds left. But able to find some more damage. Finding a third even. Absolutely disgusting coming out from Fission. But will be futile in the end. 2 weapons still are held on to. Tons of money left for Conax. And only 1 round remaining between them and a win. But it looks like the early will be Penalty just dry peeking with that op. Not able to get the shot off in time before Vision brings him down to 62. Having to surrender the angle and even use his utility early just to hold them back. But now they've positioned into a fantastic A position and Conax is immediately rotating every single player here. Execute raining in. While he forcing his players to his position. Sussex able to find one. But it's against an entire defense. There's 5 here, but it's somehow still a 2v2. Breaking even. Sucky with a high flash over. Not enough information. Vision with an off angle on the plant and able to catch Supil as he pushes on out. And keeping Dumpster Molly just for a moment. Just to stop Suxy just for a little bit longer. Suxy to end this game if he can win this 1v2. Players potentially isolated for him now. Being very slow to go for this push. And in fact, too slow as the space has been given. Fission has been able to creep behind him. Glitchtech are able to hold on, at least just for this moment. It's enough damage. It won't be a perfect buy for Conax. Might even a half buy, depending on how they decide to go into this. Looks like a scout and 2 deagles will be the move. B Glitchtech with the risky but similar B rush coming in once again. Rania ensuring connectors held in the meanwhile. And they're immediately off of it, completely resetting. Just using it for water control. And just starting to find information on other places in the map. See. 4 of these players still stacked up on B. They could isolate and take down Prince. There are 2 weapons holding off these B to T checkpoints of B short and Monster. Left isolated, but instead it could be a turn for the worse. They're leaning towards B right now. It'll be hard for these pistols to hold off 5 rushing into them. But if they can find that first frag with you holding utility in their hands, just like that, things will be calmed down a little bit by Rania. Suxless only able to find one with the shotgun deagle. And Kinky to settle things down. as we go 12 to 15. Left in another half buy. Willing to invest a little bit more. But might have purchased themselves into a single full buy scenario due to not forcing on the previous. But it's another monster rush once again. And Conax are completely unprepared. W key B, that's the call. It's working. They're falling. One by one. Once again, Deagles can't handle this. And Glitchtech already about to get their 13th. Canceling the bomb plant and resetting due to the possibility of a player being there. Last one's penalty in a 1v3 stuck in short. Going to be challenging for him to do much here. Could catch one off. Almost lands one of those Deagle shots. So close from starting a problem from happening. All these players focused here. Even a nade coming in, barely doing any damage. It's enough to get penalty to walk away. Vision will still be getting contact with him. But even Vision's positioned correctly to keep him off of it. Flashbangs to try to stop him from going for this duel from short even. He's trying to run away. Will be denied the save Deagle in armor. Rainia with a 4K. And Glitchtech only 2 rounds away from bringing us out of regulation into a massive recovery to a game they felt on the back foot the entire time. Not over yet, though. Penalty now has the off-out. And 2 rounds left to go. That the op rings true. Information. Flashbang. Baiting penalty to fire a shot. Nade in his direction. Bring him down to 70. Almost full control gain. With that outer flash. Baits another op shot out. Making him reposition even further back. Utility used perfectly. And they're deciding off of it to immediately rotate to B. Only problem is it's 5 players on this B site. Even penalty immediately rotating to this B site after giving up those 2 angles. Not concerned at all. Even dropping down into water. All 5 players stacked here on this B site. Not sure what the reason for this wild call is, but penalty scoped up and ready. Avoids the flashbang, but misses the shot. Meaning enough space has been provided. Vision and Outs have been able to find the openings. Vision with the double. And now it's a 3-on-2. In Discontent and Yuxi putting up a fight, but it's not good enough. Glitchtech with 14, winning the 5-on-5. Execute miraculously. Penalty with a single missed shot at possibly the worst second possible. And now it's a force buy to Scavenge to try to deny the OT. These 5-man rotates are ridiculous, but they haven't mattered. Possibly because of a missed shot or 2, but still, nonetheless. Checker activated. Tactical pause coming in. There's only one opportunity left for Conax to close it out and steal this away. Glitchtech have been growing more awake and alive. Prince struggling a little bit on the score, but you see Visions come alive. 29-19 now. Kinky 24-17. Rainia 20-15. Aux 20-20, breaking even. They are activating. Meanwhile, Suslux, Suki, Supel, all starting to drop a little bit lower. Discontent still holding his weight, and penalty still showing insane stats, but not continuing to do so. With this, weaknesses have been provided. And it's 3 MP9s, FAMAS, and a Scout, including a backstab into Discontent. Prince may have been stabbed twice in the back, but I think the worst stab might be this one just yet to come. And it's 2 mollies that have burnt Supple and Penalty down to 80 just to get water control, which has benefited no one. As it's A control initially being worked up on. Penalty with the early information, able to get past, find a tag onto Prince. Misses the shot on Alex, which might surprise him. Barely moving, so the shot unfortunately does not connect. Might feel like one of those CSGO moments. But Vision's holding a flank just in case. And Supple's denied. Now it's 5-on-4. And it's a retake. Things only becoming bad to worse. These players getting tagged up already with weaker weaponry. And what might have looked like an easy to convert and win game has suddenly become a disaster. Scout trying to find contact, but no tags just yet. There's no smoke for this bomb, only a molly for restrooms. But that isn't going to be enough. They need to get frags, and they're not finding them until just then. But Kiki's even pushing past the molly, and a full 3-man spray down, and we're going to OT. Glitchtech somehow hold on. We're still going. The complete and utter madness continues. So we go into our first round of OT. And just to make it more chaotic, 16K OT. It's going to be cash on all these players almost the whole way through. Prince taking that first contact, banging down Penalty. Getting mollied out of connector just a second too early to push through. That opera already brought down to half is going to cause some problems. Water control lost. Kinky solo-handedly worrying about Monster. Could leave an opening, but Fission's been able to lurk and just walk long freely this entire time. The only player being Penalty. The boost up's been able to bring 2 players low on Glitchtech. But Vision's knife out on this A site. I think he's heard the scope too. He knows there's a player inside these restrooms. Might even be holding for Vision. As he actually is right now. But seeing this utility thrown out, it's going to cause problems. There's too many directions to worry about, but Penalty's able to figure out and isolate them. And there's already 3 players on the rotate. Somehow Conax are positioned perfectly once again. But even then still, some duels are being somewhat won out until just now. Suxy able to get massive damage in, leaving it just to Rainier in a 1v3. Not able to handle it. As Suslux is able to come from the side, end the chaos, and Conax get the 1 round they needed just a little too late. Like this hell of the game isn't going to stop anytime soon. And it's not going to stop being any crazier anytime soon. Defaulting 4 stacked on this B site, and the rush is coming in. Discontent to take that first contact, holding in. Able to cut them off early. Supple and Discontent with the spray down. The rushes have been working well. But for once, it has finally been denied. 2v5. No control of any sorts. Shots through the smoke may prove frustration, but not a solution. All utility that's just now getting thrown. Keeping this bomb isolated. No way to get these duels, and even Supple looking for a cheeky little gap. Rainier jumps on the fence and creeps around. Could find an opening there. Penalty was waiting for a bit for a flank to come on in, but staying towards heaven. And they're set up perfectly for a trade as another smoke on Monster and even an additional molly. Not even adding in the 7 flashbang still remaining. One single flashbang trying to flash Vision through will not work out successfully, and Supple's already lined up as Rainier peeks. Conax still maintain the lead in OT. But still need another 2 to close, which they haven't yet. They're well positioned to get a third round to do so. But they have to get it. First time for Glitchtech to be put in this situation, and they're going for a classic. It's the 5-man boost. Vision scoped on up. Looks like they might have slipped it up a little. And they're even willing to go for it again. Not entirely sure if they're going to find anything, though. They're trying to peek for some information. But players are starting to rotate. They might be able to catch one here. They've never gone aggressively off of this information A. But still, they're not able to find anything in time. And with that, they're willing to go forward towards the A side. Conax have always typically leaned towards the B gambles, which in fairness has seemed strange, but at the same time benefited them for most of this match. Looks like it's a run boost to clear through long. Make sure no actual sound cues are given. When player penalty is starting to lurk back and go for information. Curious of what's going on. Scoping in on long. Having a little bit of trouble getting onto his teammate's head. But able to just now. And the op shot misses. Information's given that there's players long. And all of Conax is immediately rotating. Never been any fakes from Glitchtech. Just rushes in. Penalty's able to catch Prince from the side. But the rush is coming in. The fight starts. Alex has found a gap through all of them. Able to catch Alex in Discontent from the side. Sight's been given up as Rania sticks the plant. 4 on 3. All 3 players left in CT. Nothing behind to worry about. Glitchtech still might be able to slide through around here and keep this first half of overtime competitive. Rania waiting for the peek out. Able to take Sussex down with the off angle. And everyone staring at the dumpsters. Everyone's eyes are on these remaining 2 players. Just waiting for them to go out and mow them down. Kinky and Vision with the last 2 to get their first round in OT. Conax 2 rounds away from taking the win. Once again. But that didn't stop Glitchtech last time. Being on CT once again. They have to keep up this fight. See what moves Conax do to try to adjust. An early molly. Smoke to allow for that playground control to be obtained. And with it, Prince is immediately going to hold long. His flashbang misses not deep enough, and Prince is able to get an early pick. Man advantage for Glitchtech. And Vision with a very late smoke monster for the B players. The spam will be responded to. Able to get a little bit of a tag on a supple in response for trying to find some damage. Focuses on holding connector. Penalty's trying to creep up. Right eye favors him. Able to catch Prince, delayed. Vision scoped in, focus on the B bomb site. But A's where the problems may lie. Bomb dedicated on its own. Completely exposed in this position. Even though it's alone, it's on an opper and on penalty no less. But with this and the lack of information, Vision holding connector now. They're doing similar moves, just gambling onto this A site. But that's the exact moment Conax decide to rotate towards B and give up their positions. But for that to happen, they have to scope in and run into Vision. Not able to get out in time. Immediate trade out. But Alex gets tagged up before being able to drop into the site. 3v3 retake on B. Flashbang, heavy utility. Forcing these players into the open. Suslik cleared out by Kinky. And rushing out of heaven, Alex is able to catch penalty out of position. Trying to hold a different player. But Xiaoxi with the double. Denied the 1v4 clutch. With the 4K. And Rania will get the defuse even 17-17. And things get scarier. With that round win, they're investing or continuing with the double op. Prince and Vision with him once again. Rainya with the AUG. Bomb plant has gone down, most importantly, so Conax still won't have any issues with the rest of this OT. But with that nade, should do at least a little bit of chip damage on this Suxy. Be up to Zoopal to try to react. Rounds will give away the fact that he's there. But it's A given away. Penalty just goes for the raw shoulder peek, getting punished by Prince. A rare lost duel as Penalty goes for the opening. Now Glitchtech have the man advantage with Conax's best man taken out. For 34 rounds. Most of them feeling like a lost game for Glitchtech. But now put perfectly in the situation to potentially close this out. And even the aggressive boost. Aux lurking. Set up on top of Kinky. Taking down Zoopal. And now it's a 5-on-3. And there's a double man set up towards Long. Might be difficult for Sucky to find more than one in this situation. Two players scoped on in. And even a third rotating. So even this flank can get traded, which is coming in right now. Able to find one. Discontent, but completely unprepared for Bank. But Vision misses the shot twice. And the Long player's gone down. And this perfectly positioned rounds from two missed shots. It's now a terrible situation. Aux only has 12 points of HP. Kinky's the other player left remaining. No smoke even if they want to try to ninja the defuse. Just have to flashbang through, able to pre-fire and clear out the deep corner as its passive position's held. Able to molly out Monster. Clear out one position, but looks away. Focus on Suslick, so Suxy shoots him back. And Conax out of nowhere turns a 3-on-5 into match point in their favor once again. The most crushing blow yet. But it's not over. Not yet. One round left remaining. In first round of overtime. And a random spam shot through Monster. Will connect on the second. Kinky's brought down. Now it's a 4v5 in favor of Conax. Spam shots continued. Trying to find another. Find anything just yet. Flashing for his teammate yet. Water control. Prince stuck alone towards A. Discontent going for this long information. Prince creeping up. Could be left alone. Has to win this duel. But could find just the right timing. And does so. Takes Discontent down. Even 4-on-4. With him lurking towards long. Could leave a little bit more chaos. Looks like Conax is interpreting this more as a gap. Rather than a controlled site. And are trying to lean towards that direction. Despite just losing a player there. An interesting choice. And Prince has gone to reposition towards Dumpster with the off angle. Able to catch Zoopal by surprise, but not able to finish the kill. With that, A-site's been effectively lost. So many players tagged. Zoopal and Suxy down to 12 and 14 points of HP. But it's a 3-on-4 to close the map. Better utility. There is a smoke this time around. But penalty's already scoped up for Rainya as he crosses him. There is a smoke on this kit, though. Back's been exposed. And Vision's been denying people peeking the defuse. But the smoke plant's a little bit off. But all these players are dying. It doesn't matter. It's up to Vision to successfully hold it off. Glitchtech somehow win the retake. And we're going to a second OT. Conax so close multiple times now, but not able to close it out. We're going to a second overtime now. Glitchtech get to continue on the CT side. No idea where this ends, but now Vision's catching up. 34 frags on him. Penalty almost hitting 40 now. Looks like bomb with one set up towards monster. Spam shots to try to catch short players. Penalty trying to get more luck with the wall bangs. Discontent just lurking for some early A control. Alex having a little bit of trouble boosting up, almost getting shot in the process. Nade will connect onto Alex, but a direct nade back will bring Supal all the way down to 49. But they've given up monster in the process. Kinky almost getting shot in the back. And with that one player down, that's going to give a go signal. But Vision's been able to isolate one, not get exposed to the Opper just yet. And Kinky's been able to hold down short. Meanwhile, Rainius lurked down long, taking down Suxi. And it's the last two players on this B site, and Prince is holding for the short rotate. And now it's penalty left in a 1v3 with the bomb. No one aware of his position, but two ops looking around, hunting for him. I think the barrel of the op showed. Vision's aware that he's here. Misses the quick scope, but so does penalty. A little flashbang over, keeping up this pressure. They don't need to push into him necessarily. He's forced into the situation. And Prince will be able to land it right into his shoulder, taking him out. And Glitchtech, for the first time, I believe, in this entire map, have the lead. It's a fight and a heavy struggle. Getting stomped on every single moment, but they have the lead for once. This match can be theirs. And Vision with an early pick on Supal. And things become chaotic. Penalty's able to get the trade as he leaves, but Prince is lurking long in the backside, just walking forward and getting his own frag in response. Might be caught once again by penalty, but he's aware of possibility. Flash doesn't blind him, though. So he's not able to get around safely, but Rainia will happily fill in that place. And the shot from penalty misses, bringing him to an iconic half HP from the missed shot. And Rainia's going aggressive. Flashbang baiting out the shot, and even going more aggressive, tagging him further and taking him out. Suxy will be able to find a trade on Kinky going aggressive, and a double onto Alex from B. And now it's a 1v2, and they know where Rainia is. They're able to rotate to a B site. This game only gets more chaotic by the second, and it seems not to be slowing down. Rainia waiting. Bomb plant should be enough info that he has to rotate. Notice that there's going to be, seems to be prepared for someone waiting for him somewhere, which is good, because that's exactly what's going on with Suxy. Just needs to clear his one angle, able to find it. Still has half of his health. Has to duel against Suxy here, but able to pre-fire him with the sound cues. Running through the smoke. Conax keeping the score even. Bringing it back, 1919. Not letting things get too out of hand just yet for Glitchtech. One round left in our first half of second overtime. And it looks like fast connector and A play. But there's 4 players just randomly stacked. Glitchtech just decided to go aggressive on A. Balls to the wall with 4 players this round. And they're just going to be fighting to the death within the first minute 30 in the clock. Kinky getting punished for the aggressive long push this time around. Penalty starting to get used to the aggressive plays being made. And Vision even wanting to go for more. Penalty should be prepared for this. Just waiting for it and wins the duel out. And Prince tag down to 20 as well is going to cause even more trouble. And Penalty doesn't land the tag, but Supal's able to take him down. And now it's a 4-on-2. And through all the chaos and the risk taken, looks like Conax might be able to turn it into another 1/2. It's up to Prince. Hiding alone in the restrooms. Hearing players. Getting mollied out and isolated. Cleared out hard on the divider by penalty. With that, not even having to fight. Safely taking the site. Looks like Conax will take that lead back immediately. Positioned perfectly to get 20. Alex can and has to go for this as it's the last round of this half, but Going to be difficult for him to get much done, if anything. And all players focus on this bomb, knowing there's no reason to let go of it. Alex does have a smoke, and just trying to go in for a defuse. Doesn't have the space to cross. Will be denied. Conax once again regain and maintain the lead, 20-19. But yet to close it out. This is a test of endurance now as we go into round 40. Prince setting up an early smoke towards restrooms. Penalty going aggressive for the pick, just trying to pre-fire but mislining the shot, just shooting the wall instead, and has to immediately run back. T's rushing towards him. Isolated from the divider. Double pop flashes to get information where this opper is. And it's just Alex hiding behind the divider to give some pressure, but immediately rotating back towards B. And Conax have realized this as well, rotating, but it hasn't worked out. Rainiel with the initial pick and the double. Kinky to find one. Bombs left in the middle of short, but it is a 4-on-2. Op able to find a tag, won't be able to find the opper, but Vision scoped on up, takes down the dome penalty, and now Suitsless left in a 1v4, and Alex is even shooting him through the wood. Just waiting. Just harassing him. Knowing him know how helpless he is and out of control of the situation, but he's still trying to fight. Kinky left with just 10 HP. Suitsless is able to find the double. Alex will eventually find a headshot through the wall, though, to deny what could have been built eventually into an ace clutch. Even score. 40 rounds have passed, 20 to each. Still treated evenly. No one able to upset. There we go. Upset the other far enough to confirm victory. Things only seem to continue further, making sure restrooms are cleared early. Already have water control. Minute 25. And the entire map is already their oyster. All they have to do is execute into it perfectly. And they'll be on match point for the first time in their favor. They don't have the lead this time around, but they can still get the win. Only 2 rounds remain. And the continuation of utility to default. And it looks like we have a similar setup. All 5 players of Conax going towards this B site. Glitchtech setting up to rush on in with 40 seconds left. Ticking down to 30. Everyone knows and has seen what's about to happen, and it's about to happen again. The question is, who wins? Shuxi is able to take down the first. Getting some space. Vision and Kinky have taken down 2, though. It's up to Suxless next. Alex been able to find 1. Suxless with 1. Not able to find the double. Choking the spray. Penalty left in a 1v2. Once again. The absurdity continues. Kinky playing around the sandbags, trying to find a gap. Will find the head of penalty. Glitchtech 1 round ahead for a second time. And this time, 1 round away from winning the series on round 42. May technically not be a series, but it feels like one now. Both teams still able to purchase up. Fight to the death once again. Aggressive connector control. Trying to go for water. They're just waiting for a peek. Penalty's going alone and has given information that he's here in connector. They know about this. They're able to cross and avoid the shot, baiting him to try to start running away from connector. He's able to get away safely. He's given the room to do so. Vision makes sure there's no one hiding in T spawn. But he's just long rotating back to B. And so are Glitchtech. It's worked out for them most of the times. And they want to see if they can close it off doing the exact same thing. But this time instead, Vision's waiting for greed, information to be desired. All it takes is someone to be discontent with the information, and then spell into disaster. But this is the one time things are different. Things end up a bit awkward. Utilities thrown differently. But it's a complete fake. Conax are aware of it too. It's a 3v3, even situation. Vision on the lurk to cause some chaos. But Prince is taken down the first in the meanwhile as Vision catches the lurk. And this A-site's under their control, and it's a 5-on-3. 3 players between Glitchtech and Victory. Really flashbang far too deep. Prince not to be phased. Molly forcing out the separation, and Prince with the double. And the last is taken out by Aux. And Glitchtech take away the win 22-20. From what seemed for almost 30 entire rounds, like a game just waiting to end, perseverance prevails. Glitchtech obtained the win and live to fight another day.